Hello, and thank you for watching. I am the Angry Canadian. And for those of you who think, isn't that the guy from the burger place, Donald? Go buy yourself a fucking history book. Tonight, we are going to start the show with a follow-up on last week's episode. We have seen a public outcry and support for the families of the fallen journalists from the tragic shooting in Paris. Over the past few days, there have been huge rallies all over the world, in Toronto and in Paris, in support of the people who lost their lives defending the very important thing, which is free speech. Now I'm going to take a moment to show you some of the cartoons that have caused such great controversy. Why am I doing this? Because I am not afraid and I will not be intimidated by anybody. So So I don't know exactly what happened. I apologize earlier when I was doing my recording of the screen capture for the cartoons. My audio wasn't working. So anyhow, one last point I'd like to quickly touch on before I wrap up this video is something that's a little bit closer to home to me. Not that free speech isn't important or anything, it is, but there's another issue I wanted to talk about in this same video, which is the tobogganing ban and all the bylaws. Specifically, more recently in news is the Hamilton, Ontario bylaw on tobogganing. Basically, what has happened is that uh, a some people have sued the city of Hamilton because they were saying that there wasn't at Apple. There were signs of toboggan at your own risk, um, but they weren't listening to those signs, and they still went down anyhow, and they hurt themselves. Nothing too severe or anything, I don't think. Um, and then they sued the city of Hamilton, and they won. So now Hamilton has put up these crazy anti-tobogganing. Well, they're just putting up these signs to, like $1,000 or so of a fine. Um, from what I've heard on the radio and from my research, and I got a link of where I'm finding this down below in the description, is that they're basically just saving their own butts. This bylaw isn't readily being enforced. But all I really have to say about this is that there's some common sense, people, that needs to be done. I have taken my son out tobogganing, mainly last year and a little bit this year, but mainly because I don't have a sled. It broke last year, but you have to use common sense. As a responsible parent, if I take my son out again, I want to buy him a new toboggan. I'm also going to buy him a helmet. I'm not going to, those toboggans can go really fast, and he's only 6 years old. I don't want him to have a brain injury at 6, or at any age for that matter. So I would just like, if he wants to go down the hill, he has to wear a helmet. So, closing, I'd just like to say, you have to have free speech is very important, and our thoughts and prayers are with the victims of the tragedy in France, with the shooting. I'd also like to say that remember what the true enemy is the Muslims extremists, not the Muslims themselves. I want to make this point very clear. I'm not anti-Muslim or anything like that. I'm just saying that the extremists, the ones that go that extra mile. And there's also Catholic extremists too. You know, there's the people from the Westro Baptist Church. They are an example of an extremist in one way. You know, they're preaching their hate speech about, you know, that's a debate and a episode, probably 8. You know, so keep in touch for more rants and stuff. And also, the touch on my last point, really quickly, is that you have to, if you're going to toboggan or do any outdoor sport, play safe. You know, we have hockey rinks and ice skating, and people are supposed to wear helmets. People fall down and injure themselves doing that, and you're not going to put a anti ice skating rink ban out there. You know, what's going to happen if you keep on people keep on suing for this and suing for that? Um, Winter comes and you're just going to have to stay inside all winter because that's where it's safe. You know, it's ridiculous. Tobogganing has always been a part of it was a big part of my childhood. My brother and I used to make ramps and go down in our toboggans or our GT snow racers, and yeah, it was dangerous. I've been run over. I've been, you know, you fall over, you get hit, you brush it off, and you go on. You know, you just have to, again, like I've been saying this over and over again. I'll probably cut some of this out, but it's the play safe. So thank you for watching. My name's Oliver Powell. You might have noticed my shirt has changed from earlier in the video. That's because I started making this video yesterday and it was really late, and it's getting late now. So I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to go to bed. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you another time. Take care. Bye bye.